Hi friends, we have been in a hiatus and we're not able to post many videos. A lot was going on in our life, but we wanted to show you what was going on. This is just a small part of what we were doing. This is our shade house in Costa Rica farm, and these are some of the babies that we could rescue from the Noah's Ark. Also, another good news, we finally reached 5,000 subscribers in our YouTube, and we want to thank you all for supporting us, and we hope that you will keep us encouraging and motivating us to make videos. We have been a little bit busy with all the work that's going on, but today we are going to show you one interesting video that someone from Fruit Forum, was it, or probably a fruit growers group in Facebook, asked me to tell something about a coffin graft method. There's not much video, or maybe not any videos about that specific technique of grafting. So I am going to graft an old mango tree, which looks like very dwarf here. All the mango trees are growing very nicely, like a bonsai would grow, but they fruit very well. This is 1,000 meter elevation here. And let's go and see how we do that method, and whether it will be a success or not. We'll be showing you a follow-up video in 2 or 3 months. This is the tree that I was talking about. It is so thick at the bottom here, the trunk, and the tree is not huge as one would expect. More like growing like a round ball on top. The canopy is very cute. So I'll be using this tree. This tree produces small yellow mangoes that are like wild mangoes, lots of fiber but very rich and complex taste, with lots of resin that we like. So what you need for it is, because you need to peel this outside off to get to the cambium layer. That's how it works. The whole area would be full of cambium, but when you do regular grafts on a small seedling, and when you peel, only 2 sides would be cambium, and you have to match those 2 sides with the same cambium on 2 sides of the scion. But when you are doing a graft like this, coffin graft, you have to cut deep and reach to the cambium layer and strip it off as long as your scion will be, and then put the complete scion inside. So it is a kind of difficult thing, like depending on how thick this is going to be, whether we will be able to strip this outside bark or not. I have one knife. You can use regular knives. What you will need for this is, once you do that, you need a plastic to wrap around, and it cannot be buddy tape. You can have a wider diameter simple plastic roll as well, that, or saran wrap, that can be used. I don't have saran wrap, so I'm just using this. And before you wrap, you have to use, or before or after you wrap, you have to use this to actually tie it very well so that it doesn't fall out. You can use any rope. I just had this during our construction process, and I am going to use it. And a pen to make sure you label what you are grafting, and that's it. Buddy tape is needed for wrapping the scion. So let's see. First, you need to see how long your scion is going to be. For this method, it's better not to make very long scion. This is lemon zest. If I do this much, it will be less work for me. So I'm going to cut this part off and only use this much. And then you choose which part you want. So this will be our area. Why we are doing this? Because look, this is a huge tree, and if you want to change this tree into a different variety, or if you want to add a variety, you will have to either go to upper branches and then add one of the branch, or you have to cut this tree off at this height and wait for shoots to come, young shoots, and then graft those shoots. That's another process. And the third one is this one. You just graft it here. Once the graft takes, when it's a little bit bigger, you start cutting slowly. Don't cut the whole tree, because then this tree is kind of protecting that young graft that takes winds. There are very strong winds in the afternoon, so you keep it until it grows stronger here, then slowly start cutting so that more energy goes to this area. Okay, so let's try this and see. So you make a vertical cut down, and you don't need to make very wide. Actually, this much will easily fit I'm giving a little bit more space. This is no special knife, it's just a Husky from Home Depot, so it's just but you need something stronger for this, because the bark is going to be very thick until you can reach the cambium layer. It broke the knife, so you can know how. This is not yet the cambium. When the cambium comes, it will be very slippery and smooth feel. The older the tree, the more difficult it's going to be, because the bark will be thicker. We're still not there. Yes, we got a small view of it, so it's really deep. If you have a better knife, the process is going to be better. So little by little you put pressure from both sides and it will start to come out. And this one do not throw, because you will need it later on. So keep this safe somewhere. Yeah, you're seeing the cambium layer now. The cambium layer is thin, so have to make sure we don't injure the cambium layer. Not go very deep. Once you start seeing the cambium layer, just peels off. So this is it. This is it. Now I'm going to use another knife to just fine tune a little bit. A regular grafting problem with this is it slips a little bit. So this diameter will be enough for us. If you have some water, actually you can clean it up. So this is the wrapped, putty tape wrapped scion. You take the whole thing, has to go inside, the whole thing. So make sure that you cut where it can easily lodge inside, like a coffin. That's why it's called coffin graft. So this is like a coffin and you put it inside. Ours is a little long, so I'm going to cut it here. And the next step is, so this is the cambium, you want to expose all of this to the cambium. So you have to make a vertical cut that goes from top here up to here and has to be straight, better straight. And when you do this, you check which side to cut so that you do not cut the buds that are coming out. But this one has buds everywhere, so you just make a calculated sacrifice here. So let's go from top and go slowly. And how much to cut? Like maybe 3/4 will be okay. Don't have to cut half if you can maintain that. And I'll go very slow, more like wedging like this, to make sure that I'm not angling anywhere, because if I do, then so we have come here. Make sure that you remove your hand, because this knife is very sharp, for sure will bleed. We are here, a little bit of angle it looks, and from here I can just do like this. And actually you could be doing it too. If we had prepared, we could have used 2 of these in 2 different places. So I'm going to use this one, and you see on the side here, so this middle white is not the cambium. The outside skin, there is this thin layer, and then the white portion. This thin layer is the cambium on both sides, and that's going to attach to this is the cambium. The whole thing is the cambium here. So let's see if our thingy works or we miscalculated. Sometimes this needs to be removed. Yes, so the problem with this is, because this is thin and this is so thick, our rope will not be able to reach it. It can easily come out. So one thing to do would be to put staples here. If you have staples, if you bring the staple gun or something, you can just staple it here, and that way it will be all secure. Now for me, I have to devise something so that it doesn't move. I probably will push it down a little bit here so that it goes inside, but still at places it's loose. Another option which I used last time I was doing that in Florida home is that I actually used some of the bark that was from the tree, and because it was same width, I put it here, pressed it against it, and then I wrapped with the rope, and that also can be done. This is the bark from it you can use. Actually you can use anything, like just a piece of foam would also be good. Anything, a small plastic piece that goes well and presses it. The idea is to make sure that it's well pressed against, the whole length is pressed against the cambium. So I'm putting this here and then putting another one here so that we have very good contact. And then the rope. The rope is here. You press against it, and also make sure that when you're pushing the rope actually comes up to here, so that there is a certain pressure. If you feel like it's still a little loose after that, you can put something in like this so that it makes like a tension against it and it keeps it in place. Looks like we have pretty good. The top I won't do usually because I want buds to come out from here, so I'll leave it like this. Now rain can come and it can be destroyed, so it has to be put within a plastic. Ideally you would want a transparent plastic, not because that way you can push through the plastic. We cannot do body tape because we don't have this. See, the ants are coming, so there will be lots of things that will be trying to destroy this graft. So you will need to make sure you have enough plastic cover so that moisture doesn't come inside. So when you do this, again you will have to wrap with a rope. You might want to wonder why I didn't wrap the rope after plastic. Is because after a while the buds will start to come. After 1 month I'll come to check again, and I'll only remove this, and I don't have to remove the rest. If the buds are not coming out yet, then I will not do anything. If the buds are coming out, then I may remove the plastic altogether or put a plastic lower down so that the top part can grow. So we will check again in 1 month and see if anything is happening. Right now it's kind of summer season starting here, so we only have, we call summer and winter, but it's dry and wet season. So dry season is starting. Plants are starting to wake up because the nighttime temperatures are getting higher. So hopefully this is the time that is good for grafting. Different areas will have different good times for grafting when it is less chance to fail. Ours is, I'm still yet to figure out what is good, because we've been here almost a year now, but I haven't been grafting in all the seasons. So this is the first time I'm grafting in this season in December. Before I was starting in January, February. So there were okay number of takes at that time. So I made another coffin graft, and this one looks a little cleaner, nicer work, because I could take the whole bark out in its entirety and put it back here after putting the scion inside. I leave a little bit up here because that's where I expect the buds will come out from. While I was cutting the scions, today there is a little bit of rust. I have to reach somewhere, so I was doing it fast and I sliced a little bit here. So I had buddy tape and used the buddy tape to stop. It seems like it's already stopped. Thank you for watching, friends. Please like and subscribe. Your liking and subscribing will help us make more of these kind of videos, more motivational. Thank you so much for your continuous support, and more exciting videos will come very soon. We will update you after a month.